Welcome to the Silver Rails channel. Today we're looking at a few cranes. Specifically, we're going to look at the American Flyer crane and compare it to the Marx crane. This is the American Flyer crane. As you can see, it's very well detailed. It has triple hooks, a little hook, middle-sized hook, and then this big heavy thing. This is the wrecker caboose that goes with it. And it has a handle, two handles that operate it. One raises and lowers the hooks, the other raises and lowers the boom. The thing about it is when the boom's raised, it stays raised. It also has outriggers, which are kind of hard to get out, but that's what they are, like a real crane would have. There's the outrigger that would brace the crane when it's pulling a heavy weight. As far as I know, Lionel never did that, at least not back in the day. So what's good about this American Flyer crane is this boom stays up. It has a lot of play value. It's a nice colorful crane. I really like it. Now this is my Marx diesel switcher engine for the work train I'm assembling. Got this for $5 at the Dothan train show a while back because it had a big crack in the roof, a big chip missing, which I repaired and then repainted the roof because I can't match this unpainted plastic. At the Melbourne show I picked up this intact drop-in gondola. First one I've got that actually had the drop-ins. I really like it. And then I picked up this crane and I have this work caboose. So this is a start to my Marx work train, except that I don't have a searchlight car to go with it. Now one thing I did with this locomotive is I put a cab light in it as well as a headlight, so that I just thought it would be neat to have the cab illuminated. You can see here a little bit of the damage from when it was chipped, and I repaired it. It was a huge chip out of the roof. All of a sudden the reverse unit keeps sticking on me. I wasn't doing that before. But let's talk about the crane anyway. As far as the work caboose is concerned, I think it's fine. I like it. It's very similar to the Marx work caboose. I mean the Flyer work caboose. They both have little smokestacks. This one has toolboxes, this one doesn't. But as far as the crane is concerned, I think Marx made a valiant effort to make a nice crane. And I think they came up short. You see that? The boom will not stay up. And the reason the boom won't stay up is a design defect. It has a spring tension device that rubs against the crank, and it's supposed to provide enough tension to hold it up. It's a total failure in that role, and it severely affects the play value of this crane. I would say that this crane has almost no play value for that reason. It does have a die-cast metal base, as does the Flyer. It has this nice simulated chain on the crane deck here, which I like a lot. Got a lot of good details on it. It's really nice looking. It's too bad about the engineering defect. Has a separately applied metal ladder, no smokestack on either of these cranes. Probably they're not supposed to be steam cranes, but perhaps they're diesel cranes. I don't know. If they had stacks, I would say they were steam operated cranes. One other thing while I have you is I finished the 1666 Lionel project. The last finishing touch was the second marker light. So it now has two rhinestone green marker lamps on it. And so it's finished. Now the Lionel 1666 is a much more detailed locomotive than is the Marx 1666. The Lionel's a 262 wheel arrangement. I think they called that a prairie wheel arrangement. And when I repainted, I discovered the forestack and the main stack are both brass. It has a little brass whistle and it has a separately loose hanging ringing bell type thing. Nice wire handrails with stanchions Now let's compare it to the Marx. One good thing about the Marx is it has this little plastic number board that lights up when the headlight lights up. And it too has the little handrails, but not separately applied stanchions. The bell is a crude plastic casting. The forestack and the stack are crude plastic castings. I guess that's the whistle up there. There are no details in the back of the cab. The boiler's plastic is a 242 wheel arrangement, which I think they called a Columbia. And the valve gear on the side are simplified at best. The 1666 has this interior cab detail. It has separately applied number boards, has little metal rims on the drive wheels, all this fancy valve gear, metal boiler, really a much better detailed locomotive. It has a 3-position reverse unit as opposed to a 2-position unit, which all Marx's had that had reverse units. The 3-position unit makes it possible to operate with certain Lionel accessories that are powered off the track, and that's why Lionel did that, I believe. Alright, so that wraps it up.